Titanic, a beautiful love story. It was the year 1912. A grand ship called Titanic was ready to sail from England to America. People said it was the biggest and safest ship in the world. They called it the unsinkable ship because it was so strong. Many rich and poor people were on the ship. Some were going to America to start a new life, and some were traveling for fun. Among them was Rose DeWitt Bukater, a rich young woman. She was beautiful but unhappy. She was traveling with her mother and her fiancé, Cal Hockley. Cal was a rich man, but Rose did not love him. On the other side of the ship was Jack Dawson, a poor artist. He won a ticket to Titanic in a card game. He had no money, but he had big dreams. He loved to draw and wanted to see the world. Rose and Jack did not know each other yet. But soon, their lives would change forever. Rose did not like her life. She felt like a bird in a golden cage. She had money, but she was not free. One night, Rose stood at the edge of the ship. She looked at the dark ocean below. She was sad. She felt trapped. She did not want to marry Cal. Tears filled her eyes. She climbed the railing and looked down at the water. The ship was moving fast. Just then, a voice called out, "Hey! Don't do it." It was Jack Dawson. He saw Rose and ran to help her. Rose looked at him. "Go away," she said. Jack stepped closer. "If you jump, I will have to jump too," he said. Rose was surprised. "Why? Because I can't let you go like this," Jack said with a smile. Rose looked at his kind face. She thought for a moment, then took his hand and stepped down. Jack sighed with relief. "See? Life is worth living." Rose smiled for the first time in days. "Thank you." That night, they became friends. The next day, Rose saw Jack on the deck. "Hello, Jack," she said. Jack smiled. "Hello, Rose." They started talking. Jack told her about his adventures. He had traveled to many places, met many people, and seen beautiful things. Rose listened with wide eyes. "I wish I could be free like you," she said. "You can," Jack said. "You just have to follow your heart." That evening, Jack took Rose to the lower deck, where the poor passengers were having a party. People were dancing, laughing, and playing music. Jack pulled Rose onto the dance floor. "Come on, dance with me," he said. At first, Rose was shy. But soon, she started laughing and dancing. She had never had so much fun. For the first time, she felt alive. Day by day, Jack and Rose grew closer. Jack showed Rose his sketchbook. He had drawn beautiful pictures of places and people. "You are very talented," Rose said. Jack smiled. "Would you like me to draw you?" Rose blushed. "Maybe one day." One evening, Rose said, "Jack, I have never met anyone like you." Jack looked into her eyes. "And I have never met anyone like you." They both felt something special. It was love, but they knew it was not easy. Rose was engaged to Cal, and Jack was poor. The world would never accept them. Still, they did not care. Their hearts had already chosen each other. On the night of April 14, 1912, the Titanic was sailing fast. People were eating, laughing, and enjoying the journey, but far ahead, in the dark ocean, there was a huge iceberg. The ship's crew saw it too late. "Iceberg ahead," someone shouted. The ship tried to turn, but crash. It hit the iceberg. Water started rushing into the lower part of the ship. People screamed and ran. Rose and Jack woke up to the loud noise. They ran outside. "The ship is sinking," Jack said. People were running everywhere. Cal saw Jack with Rose and became angry. He told the officers, "This man is a thief. Arrest him." The officers grabbed Jack. They locked him in a room below the deck. Rose was scared. She had to save Jack. She ran, found an axe, and broke the door open. Jack hugged her. "You saved me. Now we have to save ourselves," Rose said. The ship was tilting. People were falling. Jack and Rose ran to the top of the ship. The lifeboats were leaving, but they had no space for Jack. "Get on, Rose," Jack said. "No. I won't leave you." Rose cried. "Trust me," Jack said, but Rose did not listen. She jumped back onto the sinking ship. Jack looked at her with love. "You jump, I jump," she said. Jack smiled. "You're crazy, and you love me for it," Rose said. The ship broke into two and sank. Jack and Rose fell into the freezing ocean. Jack found a floating wooden door and helped Rose climb onto it, but there was no space for Jack. He held on to the edge. "You're going to survive, Rose," Jack said. "Promise me." "I promise," Rose whispered, crying. Jack held her hand. "Never let go," he said, but as the cold night passed, Jack grew weaker. In the morning, he was gone. Rose kissed his cold hands and whispered, "I'll never let go, Jack." She let go of his hand and swam toward a rescue boat. She was saved. Epilogue. A love that never dies. Years later, old Rose stood on a ship, looking at the ocean. She remembered Jack. She still loved him. She reached into her pocket and pulled out a beautiful blue necklace. It was the necklace from the night Jack had drawn her picture. She held it for a moment, then dropped it into the sea. As the necklace sank, she smiled. "Goodbye, Jack. I'll see you soon," she whispered, and in her heart, Jack would always live on. Love is not about money or status. It is about the heart. Some love stories never end. They stay in our hearts forever. If you liked this video, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll keep bringing you more videos to help you learn English effectively. Stay tuned and don't forget to hit the bell icon for updates.